that was shocking that we came back to the boat today after such a storm that everything was rocking. We had tons of lines down, but we could just see that the transom was going up and down maybe 3 or 4 feet at a time. We got into the boat today, and normally, even at anchor, when it's very bouncy, we end up having tons of things fall over. Somehow this time we I guess we're getting better at figuring out what can fall and what can't fall, and we had one drill or handhold drill fall over on a couch, and we had our sparkling water maker fall over. Nothing else moved. We even forgot the unsecured faucets we put in the sink, that they would fall over, and they all went and stopped. So we are super lucky that nothing else really fell over at all. There's a can of spray that we just left on top of the settee, and it just didn't move. So yeah, that went really well overall. So we are now back on Turtle, and we're just literally just gonna get right back into it. We took off the extra dock lines, we put back up our canvas, and now it's time for the sink project. So first up, we are going to silicone the sink to the counter so that we have some waterproofness going into this whole process. And once we get the silicone on, we're going to screw in the taps, and that'll basically hold it to the counter. Let's get started. So we finally found a replacement for this piece right here that was leaking after we hauled out in St. Mary's. So we've installed, it's actually 2 pieces, this piece here and then this piece here. This connects to our drain pipe, which runs along the back like this, goes that way, and goes into the sink. So we have not had this through hole open since we were hauled out. Let's find out what happens when we open it. If I can. Get out of it. What was that? Water coming up there?
No. I think that was air.
Okay. Yay! There's no water leaking into the boat. Woohoo! Yep, all dry. This all feels solid. So now the next test is to go from the sink and see if we pour water down the sink, if it comes out, if it exits the boat, which is what you want for a drain. So let's see if that happens.
Before we connect everything up, just wanted to clarify how we used a non-marine sink and a non-marine faucet to fit with our very marine plumbing system. The first step is the faucet itself. So these are the hot and cold tubings that come with it. And this faucet system specifically came with this adapter that goes into this guy, which I believe is a 3/8 opening, and that changes it into a 1/2 inch. And that 1/2 inch fits into this system and the push to connect PEX system that we have the rest of the space, the Aqualock fittings. So that's how we're going to get this faucet to work with our system. Now these are probably not marine grade metals, but they are similar metals, and we'll just have to keep an eye on them and make sure we clean them regularly. The faucet itself basically has a PVC, a smooth PVC. We could not find a barbed one wherever we searched. 1.5, the sink drain, sorry. The sink drain. What we did was we bought a straight PVC tube basically and attached that. And what that does is that it acts as the conduit for our kitchen drain hose, which is marine grade, to slide on. And then we put 2 metal collars on it, and it works. Does it work perfectly? Don't know yet. We'll have to test it out. And I think my most little exciting find was this. So this is our soap dispenser, and usually soap dispensers have a little tiny guy that you unscrew either from the top or the bottom, and you fill it with the big tub of Dawn that you buy from Costco. But this is nice because this comes all the way down and it sits into whatever big tub of Dawn or dishwashing soap you have, and you can just use it directly. And you can go buy another big tub of it instead of having to buy those little guys and refill those little guys. So this is very nice. But we'll just get all this hooked up, and the very last thing is hooking up our Activa and setting that up.
Which is our water filter.
And that, yeah, that's our water filter, and that's it. That's all done.
All right, let's get going.
Let's get going.
This hose we have is really nice because it compresses down really small, but it also does this because it's so flexible. Like, nobody's touching that right now, and it's just breathing with the pressure opening and going down. It's really creepy. And if you start using it, it all just crunches up and then slowly starts writhing around and coming back together. Yep, just like that. Alrighty. Time for sink drain test number 1. See if it leaks. So while Spandana is doing that, I'm going to keep an eye over here. So far, no water, which is a good sign. Oh no. Apparently we have a leak.
We have a leak, but not where I thought it would be. It's, I don't know if we tightened the
drain enough?
The drain enough. Okay.
Look how slow
I need a
it is.
bucket, I need a bucket. And with that, new countertop is in. And it's so level, it looks so awesome. We got very excited about the progress we were making and forgot to pick up the camera, so here's a little summary. Counters are in and looking absolutely perfect and beautiful. We put a trivet down so that we can, it's actually a runner and a trivet, and with a beautiful, beautiful design on both sides. We're gonna cut it to size so that we can put hot plates and hot pots on there. Freezer is in, it slides out beautifully. Take my word for it, I can't really get up right now. We just have to do a little bit of detail work at the bottom, but that should be done. Fiddles are in. The plugs are in and glued. We just have to sand these down or do the little chisel method and chisel them down and sand them down and varnish it. Again, detail work coming later, but it's done. And this counter is completely removable. We have a bolt at the bottom that we can undo, and this whole thing comes up with no problem, so we can get all the way up there and personal with anything we need to. We can still reach the counter, the nav station very well. It's all done, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. When the fridge door didn't cure the way it was supposed to and cracked all over the place, we had two choices. One, to fix it and to make it try to match everything else, and that was just near impossible. The second was to ditch the whole thing and take a mistake and make a feature out of it. So we've made a new box. It's going to have the base of it. This is the bottom of it. This is the inside of it. So don't worry, none of these will be seen. But the top of it is two pieces of walnut, beautiful walnut, that we glued and braced together to make a cutting board top for our fridge door. So the inside of it is going to be filled with foam. It is a insulating foam. It's going to give us about an R value of 10. 20 would be ideal, but we couldn't find anything like that. And then we're going to seal the whole thing up, epoxy it, and I think it's going to look wonderful. So let's get foaming. Loctite tight foam, which is actually an insulating foam. It has an R value of something like 6.5 per inch of height. And R value is basically the higher it is, the more insulation you get. Ideally, we'd love an R value of 20, which means that no cold would escape. But this is the best we can do. And the nice thing is, if we do find some material that has a higher R value that we could put in here, then we can just take this off because it's just foam. So just gonna shake it up and let's foam. do you think?
It looks good. Spraying went really well. We just don't have enough foam, so we ran out about a third of the way. I think we need at least 2 more cans, so we'll head back to the store and pick up those. This is what it looks like so far. It is just sitting in our cockpit, you know, slowly baking in the sun. That's what you want to do with foam, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure. It looks like cake, like a big marshmallow cake.
It does. It actually looks a lot like marshmallow, which is a little disconcerting because you definitely don't want to put that in your mouth. But yeah, we're gonna head to the store and we'll come back and finish foaming this. 2 cans later, and we have got a box full of marshmallows. Like, look at this, expanded way more than we thought it did. We probably could have gone with just maybe 2 cans instead of 3. But yeah, this looks great. It's super solid already. I can actually pick it up by the foam now, so we are ready to slice this off. And the way we're going to do that is with our machete that we bought a long time ago to go through the jungle in Bahamas. Never used it, so time to use it. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if the machete is strong enough.
Oh, that's an annoying sound.
Oh my god, that's such an annoying sound.
I think it needs. Oh, I think it needs teeth.
Teeth?
Like, you know, hexa.
Hexa. All right. Sorry, machete. We go back to the closet for now. That's pretty good, right?
I think
It's pretty fun. Close that door.
Ta-da! We have a flat piece. Time to seal this guy up. I think this is going to give us exactly the amount of insulation that we want. Hopefully.
Got the lid on. Feels very solid. I guess we shouldn't have been worried about the weight. There's still a couple of gaps around, so we're going to use the power of fasteners to make sure that those gaps go away. I've got a little hairline here, so just... And there we go. Everything is super tight and well sealed.
It is a rainy start to the boat show, but very excited.